Yo, Shalom Akim, Yabashma Shah, Brakatam. I'll take it, y'all. Hey, Shalom Akim, Yabashma Shah, Brakatam to you and your house. May Yabashma Shah continue to bless you and give you what you need in order to stand worthy before the beloved Yahweh Shai. Before we start, we want to give all praise to our power, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Yahweh, that's the name of the Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly calls God. Yahweh Shai, that's the name of his beloved Son, who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ. Double honors to the apostles over there at Great Millstone. And peace and mercy to you, brother, and that's, hey, you fighting for the righteous cause, man. Going through whatever it is you're dealing with. Hey, man, we finna talk about Esau, all right? Who was Esau? Edom? The self-proclaimed white man. That's right. And all his hidden history of what the hell he been doing on this planet Earth since he came into power, all right? Since he came into power, let's get that Maccabees. Ain't nothing been going on but straight destruction. Destruction, rape, robbery, murder, depletion of the resources of the planet Earth, snatching away of people's identities, right. All right, snatching people's inheritance and lands, okay? And then what the devil has did was make it seem like he ain't the devil and put that stigma on the nation of Israel, all right? His true characters, his true fucking, the way he acts, all right? His the fucking demonic ass way and style, he put that right on our people, all right? And we suffer in that aspect of people treating us like we're the Edomite. Let's get that out. Give me a minute. Go straight to the point or start from the top. What's up? Whatever you want to do, bro. Don't flow the spirit.
It's First Maccabees, first chapter. Start at the top.
As soon as you start talking,
it says, and it happened after that, Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Shittim.
Yeah, who is Alexander is talking about? Is talking about that prominent character that Esau teaches you in your school system. Alexander the Great, all right? He came from Philip, and he came out of Macedon, which is one of the isles over there in in Greece. Okay, go ahead, Art.
It says, and smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes, that he reigned in his stead, the first over Greece.
Yeah, and let's go to Daniel the 7th chapter, where it talks about the bear with the 3 ribs in his mouth. Get into a little bit of history, man. Now, when Alexander, the devil Edomite, right, when he came into rulership, it was basically at the time it was crazy to go up against the Persians and the Medes. Alexander didn't even have a big army. That's the crazy part about his conquering. He didn't have a big army. He was going against the Persians and the Medes, which was known to have 127 provinces and a whole bunch of different soldiers out of all different nations, man. But Alexander the Greek had the spirit of the Lord with him to lay the Persians and the Medes down, because it's according to this Daniel that we finna read. Any brother got it? Daniel 7. Probably 4, 3, 3.
Let's I'll start at the top. At the top of the point.
Yeah.
It's Daniel 7 and 3.
Right.
And 4 great beasts came up from the sea, diverse from one another. The first was like a lion and had eagle's wings. I beheld till the wings thereof were plucked, and it was lifted up from the earth, and made stand upon the feet as a man, and a man's heart was given to it. And behold, another beast, a second, like to a bear, and it raised up itself on one side.
Now that bear was talking about the Persians and the Mede Empire. And when it said it raised itself up on one side, because it was an empire split between 2 nations. It was Japhetic people known as the Medes, and then switching over to the Persians, which was the greater. But in the beginning of the empire, it started off with the Medes, and the latter part of the empire ended with the Persians. So that's why it raised up on one side. Right. Go ahead, Doc.
It says, like to a bear, and it raised up itself on one side, and it had 3 ribs in the mouth.
because one of the things that the Persian Medes did was take down the rulership that came before them, which was the three ribs represent. I forget I remember Lydia, Egypt, and Babylon. Lydia, Egypt, and Babylon, which were the prominent lands where the kingdom that was before it, the Nebuchadnezzar kingdom, that was their main power, like their main sources of their power. That's why the three ribs was in his mouth, because the Persians and Medes took that Nebuchadnezzar's kingdom down. But
it says, and it had three ribs in the mouth of it, between the teeth of it, and they said, thus unto it, arise, devour much flesh.
Right, and that's what happened. That's exactly what happened. The teeth represents to devour or to destroy. But the spirit was on the Persians and the Medes to destroy the Babylonian Empire that was ruling right before it. Go ahead, Ak.
That was it.
You keep going to the next point.
It says, after this I beheld, and lo, another like a leopard, which had upon the back of it 4 wings of a fowl.
Bam. And that leopard represents the Greek Empire, started with Alexander the Greek. And the reason why it was represented as a leopard, because that's metaphoric talk for swiftness, swift and strength. And then I was just checking out a video on a channel called Prometheus, which is a history channel. And he was in a lot of their generals had leopard printed helmets and garments, And Alexander himself, he had a leopard print. He actually had a leopard's, like they kill animals.
I forget what they call that, man.
They put it on their head. He actually had one of those, and he also had his horse. His horses had leopard print on them. So it was Heavenly Father basically just showing His word. That's what it was.
Joseph for that lot.
Hey, a leopard is one of the strongest cat of all the cats. It's one of the strongest ones.
Right up there with I think right behind the lion. That's my favorite. The Black Panther, the panther, which is a leopard. Yeah. I think that was it, huh? Oh, no, is there no more?
Yeah, it says, like a leopard which had upon the back of it 4 wings of a fowl, the beast had also 4 heads, and dominion was given to it.
Yeah, and the 4 wings of a fowl represents the generals that came right after Alexander's death. Okay? The generals took over, which Alexander, the Heavenly Father, only used him for a short period of time and threw his ass to the side. And it was all according to prophecy. Yep. Let's go.
Going back, this is First Maccabees 1 and 2. It says, and made many wars and won many strongholds and slew the kings of the earth, and went through the ends of the earth and took spoils of many nations, insomuch that the earth was quiet before him, whereupon he was exalted and his heart was lifted up.
Yep. So when Alexander was conquering, the Spirit of the Lord was on him to be victorious.
Yep.
And like I said, Alexander didn't have a big army at all, and he conquered the Persians and the Medes. So it shows you that was divine. It was matching prophecy. That's the reason why he was victorious in his battle. And what did he do? He lifted his heart, was lifted up.
Right. The Edomite.
Yeah, right.
I got a quick one for you, Ak.
Right.
You said that. This is Isaiah 13:4. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together is the point. The Lord of hosts mustered the host of the battle.
That's what it is. The Most High is in control of all wars and fight.
That's right.
From the smallest one-on-one battles to the battles of thousands of men versus thousands of men. So the Heavenly Father was the one that put the Spirit on Alexander. And then when you read,
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
His pops wanted it.
Yep.
His pops, tried and failed.
Yep. He failed. He was Philip of Macedon. But in the history, Tanakh, it's said that Alexander went to the Levite priest and they prophesied to him that he would be victorious.
Yep.
So he was moving with confidence, like the Lord.
He knew the Lord was with him.
Yeah, my bad.
Guide,
Yeah, guide.
Because even in that movie,
1492.
Alexander.
Yeah, Alexander.
They had the remember they showed the eagle, who's representing the chariot. You know, right over the battle.
Yep. That's right, bro.
I honestly believe chariots always in every big situation event on earth. Chariots is there.
Because if you look at 9/11, you go back on the footage. There was chariots when the towers went down. There was chariots when Japan got towed up around the what are those shits?
Nuclear.
Nuclear reactors.
Yeah. There was chariots around there. All type of disasters, tornadoes. You see chariots. You know. That's the Lord.
Because the Heavenly Father's angels is the one that get the prophecies done for the Lord.
Right. St. Elmo's Fire.
St. Elmo's Fire. Christopher Columbus. It was ready. I was just checking out. It's a cartoon. It's just type in Christopher Columbus cartoon. Oh man, I have the patience. I could watch anything that's of a cartoon fashion. I know a lot of brothers probably ain't got the patience, but in that cartoon, it's a little childish cartoon, but it shows you that when Christopher Columbus pulled up on this place, he was trying to talk to the natives and couldn't talk. He was like, "Go get the Hebrew interpreter." In a fucking little cartoon.
It said Hebrew interpreter.
Hebrew, and then he came over and he started talking, and I heard him say shalom at the end. I was like, yeah, bro. Now I ain't do a lesson on it. I just been checking it out this week. You know.
They say that the so-called Northern Kingdom ain't,
Yeah, crazy, right? But go ahead. Yala, you had a brief.
This is Daniel chapter 4, verse 17. It says, "This matter is by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men."
That's where everybody, and Nebuchadnezzar. Yeah, so when that verse was written, that's because Nebuchadnezzar had pride in his heart, thinking that he was a god, and the Most High had to show him that the rulers and the people who control the men on the planet Earth is from the heavens, where the Heavenly Father is at. So when Alexander was on his mission, the Heavenly Father was 100% behind him to conquer. That was it right there.
It says, "And giveth it to whomsoever he will, and set up over it the basis of men."
So when he give it to whoever he will. So when Esau came into rulership, it was given to him. And that was very pivotal. And that was a very pivotal moment in history because Jeremiah 17:4 had to start coming into play. And that was how the Heavenly Father was really getting us discontinued from our heritage, because that's when the Hellenistic period started.
You gotta know that history, man.
Yeah.
That will open your eyes to the Israelite foreigners.
Right.
That was awesome.
That was the start.
Yeah. And then it's nothing new under the sun. Colonialism is the same thing as Hellenism. Same thing. What was that school you always talk about that they put Gad in?
The boarding school.
The boarding school. Who?
Henry Richard Pratt.
Yeah.
Something like that. Going
That's
back to 1800s.
Yeah, and that's where they was colonizing the Northern Kingdom, man.
Pennsylvania, man.
Making us take a picture, like I was explaining this week in some of my lessons. They'll make us take a picture of all this class, just like they do in when you in their elementary schools and everything. They sit everybody there, take a big giant picture. That was me. Look at me.
The whole thing was, I'm sorry,
No,
the whole thing was to kill the Indians, save the man.
That's what it was. And the pictures was like a proof and evidence that we got you.
Yep.
We indoctrinated you. Right?
Yep.
We go back.
That's just the dad,
Right. Should have started over to the front.
Yeah, that was just like the documentary.
Exterminating all the groups, man. Everything.
Yeah, I've been watching.
See at the end they put that fucking BS in there.
I didn't even watch it. I got all those.
I'm only on episode 2.
You don't know what I mean when you watch it. How y'all gonna tell me about it? Y'all ain't finished it. Come on, man.
That's a whole lot of history.
But I did like you did, bro. I just got into the spirit of taking notes and everything.
Yeah,
I was like, fuck it, man. I'm gonna soak it. I'm gonna soak in this one. But go ahead, Daniel. Verse back at these 1 and 4.
says, and he gathered a mighty strong host and ruled over countries and nations and kings who became tributaries unto him. And after these things he fell sick and perceived that he should die.
And that's Alexander the Great. He fell sick. People say he got an STD. It's all different type of different things out there, but nonetheless, the Heavenly Father put him to death.
He was
Okay?
a known homosexual.
Yeah, he was a
They even
homo.
put that in the movie.
Yeah, he sure was. So, hey,
And
man.
his rule was short too.
They know Bill gonna
Yeah,
come from that.
he allowed it. He wasn't the one to Hellenized us.
Nah, he wasn't.
He wasn't the one to strip our nationality because he believed the priest.
Right.
Because the priest told him who he was in prophecy.
Yeah.
That's how he knew he was going to beat the Persians.
Yeah, yeah, that's how he
Because
knew.
everybody during that time thought he was a madman for
Yeah.
trying to go to war against them. Man.
Yeah.
Because how big the Persian army
Right,
was. You see how big it was when you watch the movie 300.
300.
You know?
Yeah, they was just running through troops and troops and troops.
Battle like the mafia.
Yeah. Go back on.
It says, verse 5. It says, and after these things he fell sick and perceived that he should die. Wherefore he called his servants, such as were honorable and had been brought up with him from his youth.
And a lot of those servants that was honorable and brought up from his youth was from his childhood friends to his actual relatives. All right, when you go into the history, go ahead, Doc.
Imparted his kingdom among them while he was yet alive.
And he parted amongst like we read in Daniel's the 7th chapter, the 4 wings, which was the 4 generals. And those generals was Lysimachus, Cassander, Seleucus, and Ptolemy. All right, and he departed the kingdom between them. But Edomites being Edomites, they was warring after each other, and that's what the period of the what they called the Diaduchi, like literally Diaduchi or Chi, however you want to say it, Diaduchi, and that was the war between Alexander's generals, which led at the end of it, it turned into the Syrian wars, which was between Ptolemy and Seleucus. All right, because the other two, Cassander and Lysimachus, got their ass handed to them. They got put to death in the war of the Diaduchi.
That's further proof that he was black. He didn't have no seeds or nothing.
They said that he had a seed. I was doing some research. They say he had a seed, but they killed him off, and he had a brother. He had a brother and a seed, but they got killed before you even for anything, because soon as Alexander and them died, they was all at the war, so they was looking to get rid of his lineage. But who knows if that's true or not? But that information is out there, though.
Verse 7. So Alexander reigned 12 years and then died. It says, and his servants bare rule, every one in his place. And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them many years, and evils were multiplied in the earth.
And the sons after many years is talking about the different thirds and fourths and Philometer and all those different names of the different sons that was coming out of the Ptolemaic Empire to the Seleucid Empire. All right? Antiochus or Antiochus, you know. And what it say? As soon as these sons was coming, wickedness was multiplying, man.
Yeah, because the devil, when in his rulership, that's what he do.
Yeah.
He can't rule without producing wickedness. That's his nature.
Yeah.
He created.
That's right. That's all he know, bro. That's why he's programmed to do. That's why he's so good at it. And then he has a good conscience when it's completed. It's not like when we do something wicked, our mind eat us like a kangaroo.
Right.
You know what I mean? Not him though. It's like an accomplishment.
He actually get more proud because he feels like, oh yeah, you know.
The more he conquers, the more pride he gets.
Yeah, the more pride he gets, the more pride he gets.
And he don't give the Lord the credit, man.
Nope.
You know, he think he's done it on his own. Let me read this real quick. Revelation 6:4. There went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth.
Woo! And that was the Edomite.
And that's
the
been his
Edomite.
MO.
Yeah.
The whole time, that's his MO, man.
That's what he do.
You know?
That's what he do, man.
And now he's so so slick and sly and deceptive.
perfected it.
He's perfected that way.
Oh yeah, he
The
showed
Heavenly
that.
Father has given him the tools to perfect that deception that he has, that power of deception.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, peace ain't on the earth right now. You know? The scriptures tell you he took peace from the earth.
Right.
It's crazy because he was, you know, a part of his deception is the way he looks. You know, he cut his beard off, put that tie and that suit on.
Transform himself to a
Transform himself.
Trying to make himself look harmless.
Yeah.
That's right.
But really, this nigga, look, here it is. You got that fake ass Doc fucking, I don't want to say his name. They cut your damn video off.
Falsely?
Yeah.